Remember. Marlene.
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
And thank you. And you?
Niko poa pia.
Naongea kama uko mbali ama uko kwa bed.
And now?
Yeah, you are better off.
Okay.
Way better. I was worried utaki boyfriend asikie uko meeting. Nani mwingine hapo huko? Haya, tuko wawili peke yetu.
Apparently.
Haya, all right. This is interesting. Mimi ndio na setup actually. Nimekuwa na issue kidogo.
Okay.
So how was your weekend?
It was fine. Nothing much. Niko tu indoors.
I opened out. Na kashu iliisha by the way. Ama janza kumake pips. Well, not trading synthetics.
Mimi na analyze tu kwanza.
You've not started trading live?
No.
Okay, interesting. So when are you planning to start? Ama bado kuna mpango?
Na haraka, maybe next year. That is.
Okay. It's always good to take time, but don't take take forever here, because I believe kuna some lessons zenye utalearn. There are some lessons that you will learn as you trade. So you can't learn everything while you're just doing analysis and on demo. Demo is a bit limited because kama for example, you see demo hainanga emotions.
Yeah.
So once you start trading live, you'll get a lot of emotions. It's the best way to learn. It comes with its own challenges, but it's a good way to learn. Good morning, Dean.
Oh, morning. How are you guys?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Hi.
I'm doing great too.
This is Marlene. We are a number of us. Leo ni Monday, watu wanalalanga na Friday. Friday na Monday watu they show up late ama wanalala sana ama wengine hata hawakuji. But ni kawaida. So this this is Dean. We work with him. He's a very nice guy, by the way. Anaweza kusaidia for some other issues if you have other issues. I'm sure unless hana time, but wakati kuna time, it's always good to get his insights. So I'm trying to share my screen. Yeah. So Dean, uko wapi leo?
Niko mtatu, nimeamka hata sijakawia sana hivyo.
So watch list yetu hii ndio inakuanga watch list yetu. Angalianga GJ, GU, Aussie, Dollar, EU, USD card, USD JPY, Euro card tuliwekanga hapa just for the sake of analysis. It was a tricky one for us. Tukasema tutaiweka hapa kwa watch list tukue tunaiwatch. But rarely do people trade this currency. Rarely. US oil na gold na silver. Hizo ndo tunaangalianga majorly. But sometimes tunakonga na some other guys who do requests for a different currency pia tunaweza angalia. Like for me sometimes naangalianga kitu kama kiwi. I love kiwi somehow. And other things. So watu wamekuwa wakicomplain sana juu ya Bitcoin. Inawacheza, nawapeleka hivi. Kuna wase waliblow accounts hapa hivi. Kwa hii side.
Bitcoin.
watu wa cryptocurrency. Napendanga kuangalia how it is going because inakwanga it's an interesting interesting pair by the way for me, but I rarely trade it. The last time I did trade this currency pair in a mess. So I've been avoiding it for quite some time, but again, it depends on account size, so now what you're trading with. So last week tumekonga tukiangalia this currency pair. Ini GU tuanza na GJ. Hiyo kina Ian wako wapi leo? So tunakonga tukiangalia GJ. It's been moving when tulikuwa tuna expect, because with GJ we've been expecting it to, after the change of direction, we've been expecting to fike kwa hiba. This was our area of interest, and we did hit it. However, not the lowest point, but like me would advise what to be safe and not to be usiponaachwa na most of the take profits. Then it's always good not to target the highest price unless you're looking at somewhere where the currency you're sure that it will breach and maybe make lower lows. So most of the times, Dean, what tunatumia sisi we are price action traders. We have a guy who assists us with candlesticks. He's good with candlesticks. So, but mostly we look at the overview, the general overview of the market. We haven't gotten that much deep with the daily analysis because of time. But but we try to see the long term in 4 hours, especially the long term direction of the market. So for this currency pair, we've been looking to see whether tutafika hapa. We get tumepata some sort of retracement. Sijui this retracement kama tuna anticipate itapanda juu ama chini. There is a lot going on. Atujangalia si wanza mostly na economic calendar tuone what currency pair we do have. So leo tuko na news, yes, but hakuna high volatility news. There is no high volatility news for today. So that is a good thing for us. So we will not be afraid to get into most of the currency pairs. But it's always good to watch out in case of anything. Sometimes some breakouts do happen even without the news, but most of them do happen. The news are really, it's very important to note the news that might take you out in this market. Sheila.
Yes.
You have failed this city.
I am very sorry, my people.
Unaweza kujaje hapa saa hizi dakika 9 na unaanzanga wewe unapoanga mbele na dakika 9.
Nimewaangusha manze.
By the way, unajua tumepata tumehakiwa by the.
Hata mimi I feel let down. Sheila, umeniacha peke yangu kwa class. Hata wewe Berlin, ulikuwa hapa peke yako.
Imagine hakuwa na mtu wa pep talk hadi nikajaribu kujiweka on your shoes.
There was a guy here called Ian Gituku or something. I don't know where he went.
You let him go.
Huko shikilia customer. I blame Sheila.
It was not your responsibility.
Wow.
So
do better. I will.
So guys, so yeah, like nimesema hatuna high volatility news for today, so that is a good thing for today, and it's also a bad thing because news will trigger a lot of movement in the market. So Sheila,
yes,
sasa jueni date kama si tuambie unaonaje hii GJ juu mimi nimeshafika mahali nilikuwa naenda sasa. I'm looking for it's a new month, so
nini ile hata si trading
wewe guzangi currency pair.
Sina hiyo pesa.
Kuna pesa ya nini?
Sawa. Pesa hizi zingine.
So in the daily time frame turudi tena juu. In the daily time frame tumekuwa tukiangalia hii currency na imekuwa on a sort of some consolidation, high and downs. Imekuwa ikitry to break this area to the downside, but it's been unable. Tukiangalia the other GU, because it's on almost the similar setup, they did manage to break down. They did manage to break this area to the downside. This is the support area that we've been having. So we are looking to see if we'll be able to break this area to the downside. But since we are holding at a very sensitive area, we'll be waiting to see whether we get a very good price action to get back into this trade and go up. However, we might get some higher retracement. So we'll suggest that if it's not clear, because it's not clear, we stay out of this market for a while, but we'll be looking to see whether we make lower lows after we break this area. So this is where we'll be watching. You can see it was just a week that did touch this area in the first place. Deans, do you know another?
Overview, Ama?
Overview. Just the general overview. This is how the daily chart looks like. So for me, I'm anticipating that it will break this area to the downside. Since the sales have been trying to go down, but wamekuwa unable. But I believe since they look so determined, I try to simplify the terms in this group so that even the new ones can understand a bit easier. So for me, I'm thinking that they might be able to break this area to the downside and make even lower lows.
Yeah, I'm actually of the same opinion. Naona kuna liquidity huko chini, kuna some matching lows, so I think we might go for the lows before we see any other movement.
Okay, so you're suggesting in 4 hours, unaona kama we'll come back to challenge this area?
Yeah, naona nika tunaweza breach your area actually before we see any other substantial move.
Okay.
Yeah. So hapo chini kuna okay, mostly kwa matching lows kuna koga na liquidity. Mi huona hivyo. So what they do is go breach the liquidity, ama they go grab the liquidity, and then we see a major move either up or maybe it can go down.
Yeah, so for me, I'm anticipating it will make it will go low. However, because tuko kwa retracement, I think kitu tutakuwa tuna watch leo ni entry position. Sometimes this is going to happen on the London or even New York market after sharp T analysis. So it's always good to keep watch on your side. But for me, I'm also thinking that we'll look after this retracement. However, inaweza panda kidogo. That is what I'm worried about.
Exactly. Yeah.
It might
That's
go
actually
up.
What I'm anticipating actually iende juu kwanza ndio tushuke.
So that is it for the GJ. So the GU is almost a similar pair by the way. Nikiangalia, for me tulikuwa tumekonga tukiangalia this currency pair. This is how it looks in a daily chart kwanza, and in a daily chart the same way GJ imekuwa ikihold above this area, the GU did manage to breach to the downside. Tukasema tukianza kuenda safari itakuwa hapa ndio tutatarget kwanza before we even target the low this area in a daily chart. Remember, this is a daily chart, meaning hii kitu imeform for months here, so it will not be that a smooth of a sail, because inaweza kuwa na support and resistance on the way. But most importantly, we did break this area to the downside. However, as you can see, we have had some good retracement. Other people will say it's a reversal, but I believe we haven't reversed yet. The market is still a downtrend. The bears are still in control of the market, if you ask me. But we might get some sort of further retracement as well in this currency pair before we head down. However, we'll be watching to see whether we get very good entries. What I'm saying is we might even get to this bar. You see this bar? We might come back to this bar before we go down. So you might want to wait a little bit, unless you did your sales up here where we started with the sales. You might want to wait a bit longer to see if we get a good price action entry on this currency pair. However, I'm anticipating that it might go up kidogo today before we start going down and even make lower lows. Sheila, what do you think about the GU?
I think bado for retrace further up.
Niliacha ukiwa kwa kiwi by the way.
Ya kiwi ilikuwa ina retrace hivi pia nikatoka mbio jo.
Ulikuwa
niguze tu stop loss yangu bado.
Ulikuwa screen yako ilikuwa blue already?
That's
nice, that's nice. Sawa.
Lakini ninge take more profit ningetoka earlier. But ni sawa
Don't
tu.
worry, this will happen.
Yeah.
Then nilikuwa naambia Marlene, the good thing with trading, even in a small account, is that you get to learn and you understand that in a live account there's a lot of emotions zenye huwezi pata kwa demo. Zenye huwezi pata kwa demo. So unaona challenges kama hizo zinaku keep on toes. Hebu Sheila uliza yeye anapo wapi leo by the way. So the Aussie, tutaangalia New Zealand dollar by the way. The Aussie, this is how the Aussie looks like. We've been anticipating that this currency pair itaenda hapa chini. Tulikuwa tuna hope. This is how it looks in a daily time frame. Personally, nimekuwa anticipate before to make any higher highs ama to get a market reversal, lazima tutaguza hii bar. Before, because lastly, we never touched this area. Yeah, so once I think once we hit this area now, we'll be looking to see whether we make lower lows. Personally, in the long term, I think this will make lower lows, but before then, let's concentrate on what we are anticipating the market to do until this area, because this area is a strong support area, so it might even retrace further back. As you can see, we did manage to get some lower lows. However, vile Sheila amesema ilikuwa kwa Kiwi, the Aussie also ilikuwa in a retrace a bit, so I hope you guys did manage to get out, because I'm sure most of you guys did get in around this area, because we were looking to see whether we break this area, and since we were unable, we were sure that we were getting good sells. So the market did come down, give us a discount, we did sell. So for those who didn't sell, I'm sure, and even those who are trailing their stop loss, I'm sure you're out now. But we'll be looking to see whether this is just a retracement, a discount they're giving us before we go back in and make lower lows. However, it is always good to be very careful, as this is a resistance area. Tunaweza rudi hapa to guza this area pia before we make lower lows. And in case we do break this area to the upper side, then we might want to stay out of the market until we get a clear indication again that this market is a bullish market, that the bulls have taken over. Clearly, as you can see, the reason why kuna issue up, I would say that these bulls have not been taken over yet. These bulls are still a bit in control of the housing market. That is why it is very important for us to stay very vigilant on these markets. Sijui unaonaje mem? Marlene.
Sorry, I'm here. I see too.
Kuna brain freeze. Unaanga hiyo. Kuna mtu anakuwa na brain freeze. Sheila anakaa kuwa na. Sheila.
Nakaa kuwa na nini?
Brain freeze. Ile unaona ile time brain haifikiri kitu iko empty, like uko na ka space hapo.
Ati brain freeze.
Ngoja. Si
freeze.
Amesema unakaa kuwa nayo.
Yes, sema uko nayo. So venye me understand kaa uko na anagonga nayo.
Mimi uko nayo.
Una load for some time.
Ni blockage.
Dini unaonaje hii market, the Aussie to be specific, because for me the Aussie until iguze hii point siwezi sema tuna make lower lows, na pia until to break this area siwezi sema tunaenda high. Plus comparing with all the major currencies, tumekuwa tuki experience a low in this market, tumekuwa tuki experience a sell in this market. Sijui unaonaje, this is how it looks in a daily time frame.
Yeah, I'm actually sharing your opinion. Kuna hiyo region ya 0.731 100.
0.731.
You may actually that one, yeah. That area. Hiyo ndio naona nangoja nione reaction kwa hiyo area ndio sana nijue tunaenda chini ama tunaenda juu.
Yeah. So so for me these are two scenario currency pair. And like we always say, as traders hatuwezi kuwa very fixed, lazima tuwe very flexible, because sometimes there is change that happens in the market. At a GU, it is very unlikely, but still it can buy from there where it is. These things do happen once in a while, but ndio nasema tusikuwe very vigilant. However, I think it is a bit unlikely, but if it happen, then let's be ready to get out of the market and maybe look for the buys. However, me personally, bado naangalia for sale in this currency pair. Same with this, but tutakuwa tuna watch out for this area very, very keenly. For the EU, imekuanga the same. Kwanza EU ilinitesa sana because nilikuwa na expect ita retest kama the rest, but it take long. Imeanza ku retest after this area, but haija retrace back. So ndio inafanya some little retracement in the 4 hours chart. In 1 hour, you can see it's a good move. In 1 hour, this is a good move. So we've been anticipating that this market will sell and even make lower lows. This is how it looks in a daily time frame tukianza. Once we did break this area to the downside, we've been looking to see whether we make lower lows. However, we are retracing back to this bar where we had our previous support. So we'll be very careful to see if we get further retracement. I think we might get a lot of retracement on this currency pair. So it might come even cover the whole of this bar kwanza before we get even lower lows. So again, this is an open-ended currency pair for us today, but the general overview long-termly, I think it's gonna sell for me. I think this will be a sell. Sijui unaonaje Dean?
This is EU.
EU.
EU umesema una anticipate sales ama?
In the long term, but for today, naona retracement kama tunaweza retrace for quite a while before we do.
Yeah. Basically, that's my view too. I think we'll retrace to the upside before we see any other moves to the downside.
Yeah. So unless kuna mtu akona
juu naona they are like matching lows on the left tumezi breach. Na mostly huko kuna liquidity. So I guess what we'll do, we'll go up, and then maybe we can proceed with the down move. But for now, niko bus to the upside.
So for me, I always explain this in the simpler way. Nasemanga the sales wamekuwa wakipush this market to the downside. Tuseme walianza hapa. They did realize that the price is very low to continue selling. So they waited for the buyers to try and push out. And once the market, the price became a bit high, they did push the market again to the downside, trying to sell because the price was okay. And now they know that the market is still selling, but we're like, no, this is not a good price. So this is what I think they always think. I'm trying to fit on their sunny brain, some shoes. So yeah, as a trader, I'm anticipating that wanaona hii price ikiwa already low. So ukisell right now, utamake a loss. So what do I want to do? I want to get some good prices before I sell so that I can make good money. That is what I'm anticipating that they'll do. So they might retrace even further. So it would be wrong for us to get into this market unless we get a good price action that they are not interested with a higher price. But if still for now, I'm thinking that they are anticipating to make good retracements before they go down. Sheila, no trading hii, amata hii is not on your universe.
Na trading nafikiria kama ni possible ni trade your retracement. Inakaa itapanda juu.
Ni possible, but I used to do that, but sasa sijui yeah, you might want to try, but again sasa risk management hapo ndio itaingilia. You'll be very careful with risk management. But yeah, you will watch the London market and the New York market sana before, because hizo ndio zinaweza activate some bad moves on this currency pair. So for the USD card, Janet mlimtupa wapi? Watu ama wako na hangover?
Kwa wapi?
Lazima utuambie Sheila, wewe ndio unajua mahali ulitupa.
Mimi sijui, mimi si watch wa watu.
Unawachinge group tu?
Na watchingi chats tu.
The last time I checked nilikuwa ma BFF.
Mbona mtafute by the way.
So this currency pair tumekuanga na ups and downs, tumekuwa tukicapture half, hatuja get a clear indication of this market clearly. But like I said, because of the correlation, tumekuwa tukipata retest. On Friday tulikuwa somewhere here when we were getting this retest to this area. Or rather, sijui niite retracement because it was retracing, but it's been a big retracement. That is why I'm calling it a retest. But the general overview is after this retest, because now we're heading to a very strong support area. So my general overview is that this market will again start moving up. This market will start getting to buys. Since on a daily time frame, we did reach this area to the upper side, and these are the guys who are holding us. So we've been holding above this area for a while now, meaning that the buys are still strong. They're just taking a rest, I would say. So for me, I think the long-termly is this market will start buying. However, we'll be watching to see if they come down to even challenge this support area that we did draw on some weeks ago. So we'll be watching out for that. Sijui unaonaje? Sheila.
Yes.
Mimi naona kama anakunywa chai. Hatuwezi kuwa tunamuuliza alafu anatubetray.
Imagine
Anatubetray.
sikunywi chai ni vile I'm looking at my chart as well, like compare, like I'm comparing mine and yours. Sijui nitume.
Yeah, tuma.
Okay.
Yeah. Dean, unaonaje wewe kwa USD card? Do you look at this currency pair to be specific?
Yeah, actually it said it.
Nitume what time frame?
Any, I think 4 hours it'll do, because most of us use 4 hours, 1 hour.
Okay, just a minute.
Atunasemaje lead?
Na trade, but bado siko clear sana nayo. Venye umesema imekuwa inapeana few moves here and there, but haijakuwa like clear. Nataka kwenda juu ama nataka kushuka. So, but mi hutumia sana oil kudetermine movement za card. So yeah. So maybe oil itanipatia direction, but for now bado siko very clear with any direction wise. I don't have a bias right now.
So for me,
ngoja tu kuna price action play out alafu nijue sasa.
And so I think hivyo ndo tutangoja, because pia sisi tunasema the same thing. Tutakuwa tunaangalia tuone kama ita breach this area to the downside. Again, unajua iko na very strong support areas if you look. Kuna very strong support area. So tunaenda in this support area. Once we breach it to the downside, then tutakuwa tunaangalia something different. We'll be watching to see tena kama tutapata signal poa za kuenda chini. But before then again, tutakuwa tunaangalia tu kama tunaweza make higher highs, because kama GU, AU, Kiwi na the rest of the currency pairs zina buy, then I think this will be zina sell, that is, I think this will be buying, because tumeponga tukisema this will always be opposite of the card USD. So on this currency pair, it's the same setup, but sasa tunaona hata ina retrace to the upside. So at the end of the day, I think this will sell. However, mimi I'm not an active trader of this currency pair, but once I get a good move in any currency pair, because that is beyond the price action, you can use it in many currency pairs without conflicting. So tutakuwa tunaangalia hiyo pia. I think so for today tumeweka tu kwa watch list. It would be well to not to touch it. Sheila, ulikuwa unaongea before ni kucut short ama ni kucut long? Sheila ametubetray pia.
Nilikuwa nimefungua hiyo chat ya mali, nilikuwa naangalia.
Ndio tunaangalia.
Yeah, nilikuwa nataka kusema pale iko hiyo support ni very strong. Unaweza kaka before to breach.
So Malina ana anticipate tutafika hapa kwanza. This is the end game first before we decide on what to do again. Amaje Malina, what do you explain? 20 marks.
That's exactly what it is. Nangoja tu ifike hapo, and then from then I'll see what to do.
Then imagine sasa tungekuanga na class za trading kama tulikuanga nazo kampo za Mao ama sijui za ama hata high school. Alafu unaambiwa explain 20 marks. Unachora diagram kaa hii alafu unatumia lek. Anakuuliza what are these? It would be awesome. Kuna watu wangekuwa na madhogodhanio sana baby. Kuna watu kama Sheila yeye anataka kuona chat yako. Hebu share chat yako baby siku moja.
No thanks.
Unajijua.
Siko ready.
It's not like sawa basi. So USD JPY hii currency imekwanga ikibai na tukasema si mimi hapa Ian na Elim tukawaambia mimi mnataka kubai, endeleeni kubai. Sisi I think ninyi mtatuzia, sisi tuzieni, because sisi wanted to sell to you because you guys wanted to buy, and that is what exactly happened. However, I think this is just a retracement. Like I said, Sheila, sometimes we do get good retracement and good pips on the retracement part. For me, this is still a retracement. However, it could go lower than this because in a daily time frame, this is the highest it has gone. This is a higher high. Right now, tuko kwa this area, which is an area of interest. So tutakuwa tunaangalia if we break this area to the downside, but if we don't, again I think we'll be just watching it. There's nothing clear about this specific currency pair. However, tulisema after that we might get even higher highs. For me, I'll be staying out of this market because looking at every angle hajanipea any clear indication. Actually, even in my sales nimetoka, I'm not selling anymore because I think it could be a retracement, or even it could be going down. However, if it does come up and doesn't make the higher highs and challenge this area to the upper side, again I'll confirm that it might be reversing. So it might form either a double top, something different. We'll see what pattern it forms. Sijui kama kuna mtu akona view on that. Martin, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
I hope utakuwa na pips poa hii wiki. Tunaangalia market pole pole hapa.
Yeah, ndo nacheki.
So what do you think about this currency pair, Dean?
Yeah, me too nilikuwa ndani lakini nilishuka cause as you have said, kuna place imefika and you can see inaweza reverse any moment. So the best thing for me right now ni kui watch. Yeah.
Sawa. So Dean, unaonaje? Is this on your watch list kwanza? Tuendelea. Naona kama Dean pia na yeye amemute kidogo. So EuroCAD, this is the currency we never trade. This is the currency yenye napanga tu kwa watch list yetu, but hatuguzangi sana. So unaona wameng'ang'ana, wametia bidii, wamejaribu ku beat this area to the downside, and tumekonga tukisema cause on a daily chart this been a sell. We were hoping that after this consolidation the market might come up. However, it could be a fake that they might come down and then get back in and even make higher highs. So again, for the EuroCAD, there is no trades for today, but we'll be watching to see how it performs. Just look at it. It would be very dangerous for us to continue selling, even if in a breach this area tumekonga tukiangalia, because it's still on the same region. This could be a fake. We cannot trust this until it stays there permanently. We'll see how it performs. However, in 1 hour, it's a good move. In 1 hour, it's been a long move, as you can see. But generally, I think on this specific currency pair, we've been looking at a sell, and we might even continue selling. But before then, we will look to see whether we get good price action trade entries and exits. And after that, again, we'll be looking to see if it doesn't make it to the lower side, we might be looking to see if it then changes its direction to make higher highs. So those are the two scenarios with the euro card. At least it has moved. Haijakuwa ikimove poa for quite some time because imekuwa ikienda tu na kurudi, but at least lately ime perform. Lately it's performed well, so we'll be looking to see whether with a good breakout we'll get a good trend or even a channel. Sijui kama kuna mtu akona a different opinion on that.
For same page.
Dean, unaonaje?
You need euro card, eh? Okay, I was on a call, sorry.
Oh, sorry, it's okay.
But okay, I don't normally trade this pair. As in waga inanipiga changamoto sana baby. I'm not so good at this.
So hata sisi tumekonga tukiweka hapa tujakuwa tukitrade, but sometimes tuna capture a few pips, like when it was going down hivi. I'm sure a number of you guys did capture because tulikuwa tunasema this is the target area. Now once ime hit area, it did take profits very well, but again it's very undecided. Ndio tunasema it could go down kidogo before it goes up, could be a fake, or even could reach this area to the downside and make even lower lows. So those are the two scenarios. We'll be watching out for that. Silver. Yeah, guys, for silver, it's been just like gold. Hakuja kumekonga tu na the same issue, but generally this is how in a daily time frame looks up. In a weekly time frame, it looks like this. In a weekly time frame, you can see that the buys have been very strong. However, they've wanted to breach this area to the downside. That is why we are anticipating that it will go down. However, we are not very certain that we will continue with the sales. We'll be watching out to see how it performs. I'm a bit positive that this will continue with the sales. However, it may manage kurudi juu into the consolidation area. There's also a likelihood that it might go up even to challenge this area first before it makes higher highs. Nakumbuka the last time haikuweza ku reach our top area, we did get out very early because ilikataa ku make higher highs to this area. So tukatoka mapema. So we'll be watching to see how this again silver performs. Again, it's a very, very sensitive metal, so you want to be very careful if you're trading these. I'm sure not much majority of you guys don't trade these, but I have a few guys who do, but our kwa meeting, most of them are working, so we'll be watching out to see how this performs. For me, still a bit. We are still on a downtrend. We haven't confirmed a buy yet. Until we break this area to the upper side, then we'll be looking for something different. However, if it just reaches the support area, then you know kulikuwa na weeks, we still wouldn't say that we have confirmed it's a buy until it retraces again, giving us a discount to buy and make higher highs. Sijui kama kuna mtu ako na different ama similar opinion.
Kwa metals hata siongeangi.
Sawa, so tumalizie, naona tuangalie.
Bidhi uangalie pia ile ya chef. Kwa chef kama kiwi.
Gold pia imefanya hiyo kitu. Tutaangalia zote kama tuko na time na tuko na 3 minutes only. So gold pia imefanya ile kitu, imerudi ndani after ime hit this area. I think itapanda kidogo. It could go up to this area before it starts selling. So that is what I'm thinking. But again, we'll be watching out to one later perform. I would say that for me, I'm a bit out on this market because it could go up or go down. But firstly, tutakuwa kama ita challenge this area and even could get into a consolidation before it decides on what to do. But we'll be watching out for gold as well. For me, I'm out on gold for today. Oil tumekonga tukibuy, tukapita even the area that we were anticipating to the upper side. This is how it looks in a daily chart. Na tukasema because it is on a very sensitive area where we have a lot of resistance, we'll not be looking for any trades because we still haven't gotten any good confirmation that we began to sell as well. So we'll be watching out for that as well. Sijui Dean, unaonaje juu ya currency juu ya oil by the way?
Oil pia imekuwa tricky hapo juu, nangoja kuona like the CC price action on the downside. I'm favoring the downside. But bado sijaona like price action hajanipatia like I mean sure bet ya kwenda chini bado. So I'm just waiting to see what happens up at the top. And then I might decide, but for now I'm a bit not like biased in any direction.
So
Nangoja
she
tu kuona. Last week I did, so last week I did make some good sales.
Okay.
Expecting it to go down, but ilipiga bounce kwa hiyo area.
So for the USD Swiss franc, this is how it has been. Imefika tu hapa na tulikuwa tuna anticipate, yule jamaa alituuliza, tulimwambia tulikuwa somewhere here, tukasema tutabai tu hapa na tukasema tutatoka kwanza tuone another good reaction on that. However, in the long term, this is a daily chart, tunaona kama tunaweza challenge this area up here, but we do not have time to work on this. So tutaangalia kesho. I'm sure by kesho tutakuwa na good maybe direction on the market. For the kiwi tulisema just like the rest tutakuwa tunaona kama to challenge this area to the downside. However, ime retrace na inaweza retrace further and then it ingia down because it did breach this area to the downside. Anyway, time is up, guys. See you tomorrow. May the pips be with you.
Thanks a lot, man.
Pips with you.
Karibu.